Welcome back to the channel USA Coins 69, coin lovers and treasure seekers, to another exciting journey into the world of rare and valuable American coins. Today, we're going to explore a fascinating piece of modern coinage that combines history, artistry, and rarity all in one, the United States gold $1 coin from 2008 with the Philadelphia Mint mark. At first glance, this coin might not look like something extraordinary, but when you dive deeper into its background and significance, you'll see why collectors go crazy for it. And if you stick around until the end, you'll find out just how much this little coin can actually be worth. It's a number that will leave you stunned. Let's begin with a little context. The year 2008 was a time of both excitement and turbulence in the United States. It was the year of a major financial crisis, which left a mark not only on the economy but also on the way people viewed investments, including precious metals like gold. Coin collectors and investors alike started paying much closer attention to the coins issued by the U.S. Mint during this era. The gold $1 coin struck in 2008 at the Philadelphia Mint carries with it the weight of that history. Now, it's important to understand that the United States has a long tradition of minting gold coins. From the classic Liberty head designs of the 19th century to the St. Gaudens masterpieces of the early 20th century, American gold coins have always been sought after for their beauty and intrinsic value. But by 2008, the U.S. Mint had shifted to producing more commemorative and special issue coins, often designed not for everyday circulation but for collectors who valued them for their artistry and limited mintages. The 2008 gold $1 coin is no exception. Bearing the P Mint mark of the Philadelphia Mint, it is a coin that instantly sparks interest because of its limited production and careful craftsmanship. Every detail was designed to capture the essence of American spirit and history. The obverse side of the coin often features iconic figures or symbols that tie back to the rich story of the nation, while the reverse side might showcase imagery that resonates with themes of liberty, democracy, or national pride. What makes this coin truly special is the fact that 2008 was a transitional year in many ways. Collectors today look back at coins from this period with a mix of nostalgia and intrigue because they represent the uncertainty of the financial system at the time. Gold, in particular, became a safe haven asset, and gold coins issued by the Mint carried an extra layer of importance. For many, owning a 2008 gold $1 coin is not just about having a piece of metal. It's about owning a slice of history from a pivotal year in American and global economics. Now let's talk about rarity, because in coin collecting, rarity is everything. While many coins from 2008 were struck in large numbers, certain issues from the Philadelphia Mint have proven to be much harder to find in pristine condition. The gold $1 coin with the P Mint mark is especially prized because high-grade examples, those that have survived without scratches, blemishes, or dulling, are surprisingly scarce. Coins that remain in their original brilliant uncirculated state or have been graded as near perfect by professional grading services are the ones that command top dollar. On top of that, collectors are always on the lookout for coins that carry unusual characteristics or minting anomalies. Even in modern minting processes, mistakes happen. A missing detail, a slight doubling in the strike, or an off-center image can transform a coin from interesting to extraordinary. And with the 2008 Philadelphia issues, certain unique errors have been documented, making those examples even more desirable. Imagine this: a coin small enough to fit in the palm of your hand, struck only a handful of years ago, but carrying a story that blends American history, economic upheaval, and numismatic rarity. That is the magic of the 2008 gold $1 coin, but here's the part you've been waiting for: the question of value. After all, collectors don't just chase coins for their looks or their history, but also for their potential worth. And while most coins from this series might only sell for modest sums, the rarest, highest-grade examples with the Philadelphia Mint mark have shattered expectations at auctions and private sales. In fact, one of these 2008 gold $1 coins from the Philadelphia Mint has been valued as high as $334,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $334,000 for a single coin. A coin that many might have overlooked or assumed was just another modern issue turned out to be a life-changing treasure, and that's exactly why coin collecting is so captivating. Every coin tells a story, and every coin carries a chance, however small, that it could be one of those extraordinary rarities hiding in plain sight. So the next time you come across a gold $1 coin from 2008 with a P mint mark, take a closer look. Study its condition. Check for any unusual details. Because you never know, what seems like an ordinary coin might just be worth an incredible fortune. Today's journey takes us into the modern era of US coinage, but don't be fooled into thinking that modern means ordinary. In fact, the coin we're going to talk about today is far from ordinary. We're exploring the 2010 gold $1 coin with the Denver Mint mark, a coin that proves even pieces struck in recent decades can carry incredible stories, rarity, and jaw-dropping values. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video you'll hear just how much this coin can be worth, and I promise you it's going to surprise you. To appreciate this coin fully, we first need to understand the broader story of America's $1 coins. The US has issued many types of dollar coins throughout history, from the classic silver dollars like the Morgan and Peace series to modern golden-colored issues. The introduction of the small-sized golden dollar coins at the turn of the 21st century was meant to bring back interest in dollar coins while making them practical for circulation. These coins were never truly struck in solid gold. Instead, they were produced in a golden-colored manganese brass alloy, but for collectors and numismatists, the nickname Golden Dollar stuck. By 2010, the series had evolved into what was known as the Presidential $1 Coin Program. This was a remarkable initiative by the U.S. Mint to honor every deceased president of the United States with his own dollar coin. Each year, 4 new designs were released in chronological order of presidential service. These coins were struck at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints for circulation and collectors, and at San Francisco for proofs. And our focus today is the Denver Mint variety, the 2010 gold $1 coin with the D mint mark. Now, 2010 was an interesting year in American numismatics. The presidential dollar program was in full swing, featuring designs that honored Presidents Millard Fillmore, Franklin Pierce, James Buchanan, and Abraham Lincoln. And as you might expect, the Lincoln dollar from 2010 became especially popular with collectors due to the beloved president's historical significance. But don't overlook the others, because all of these 2010 Denver Mint issues can carry surprising value in the right condition. So what makes a 2010 Denver Mint gold $1 coin so special? At first glance, millions were struck, and most people would assume they're common. But collectors know better. In coin collecting, rarity isn't always about how many were minted, it's about how many survive in pristine, high-quality condition. Coins that were never used in circulation, preserved directly from mint sets, and graded at the highest levels can skyrocket in value. For the 2010 D dollars, perfect mint state 67, 68, or even higher examples are incredibly rare, and those are the coins that can bring in serious money. And let's not forget about errors. The 2010 presidential dollars are particularly notorious for some of the most exciting minting mistakes in modern history. Some coins were struck without edge inscriptions, missing the date, mint mark, or mottos like, "In God We Trust," and "E Pluribus Unum." Others show doubling on the inscriptions or edge lettering struck upside down. These errors are highly collectible because they make the coin stand out as one of a kind. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that's unlike almost any other in the world. That's the thrill of an error coin. The design of these coins is also worth noting. Each president honored in 2010 had a unique obverse portrait, carefully crafted to capture their likeness and legacy. On the reverse, all the coins share the Statue of Liberty design, a bold and timeless reminder of America's ideals of freedom and opportunity. The Denver Mint's craftsmanship shines through in the details, especially on coins that survive in top condition with strong strikes and luster. But here's the part that really excites collectors: the Denver Mint coins from 2010 are not always easy to find in high grades. Many were released into circulation and quickly picked up scratches, wear, or dulling. Those coins are worth only face value. But if you come across one in near-perfect uncirculated condition, or better yet, with an error or unique variety, you could be sitting on something truly extraordinary. Think about it: a coin struck just a little over a decade ago, still modern, still familiar, but with the right attributes, it could be worth far more than most people would ever believe. This is the magic of numismatics, discovering hidden gems in places where others only see ordinary change. Now let's answer the big question. How much can a 2010 gold $1 coin with the Denver Mint mark actually be worth? While common examples are only worth $1, the rarest, highest grade, or error varieties have shocked the collecting world. In fact, one of these coins, preserved in exceptional condition and recognized for its rarity, has been valued as high as $326,000, yes, $326,000 for a coin that many people once used in everyday transactions without a second thought, and that, my friends, is why we love coins. They are not only tiny works of art and pieces of history, but they also carry the potential to surprise us with unimaginable value. So the next time you see a 2010 Denver Mint gold $1 coin, don't dismiss it. Take a closer look. Because what you're holding might just be far more valuable than you could ever imagine. Today, we're stepping into the early days of one of the most talked about modern coin programs in U.S. history. We're exploring the 2007 gold $1 coin with the Philadelphia Mint mark. This coin might seem like a recent issue, but don't let its modern date fool you. Hidden within the millions that were struck are pieces so rare and so special that they can be worth a fortune. And if you stick with me until the very end, I'll reveal just how much this coin can actually fetch, a number that might make your jaw drop. Let's begin by setting the scene. The year was 2007, and the U.S. Mint was launching something completely new, the presidential $1 coin program. For decades, Americans were familiar with dollar coins like the Eisenhower dollars, the Susan B. Anthony dollars, and even the Sacagawea golden dollar. But these coins had struggled to find their place in everyday commerce. The Mint decided to try again, this time introducing a bold new series that would honor every deceased U.S. president, releasing 4 different designs each year in the order that the president served. The very first year of this program was 2007, which makes coins from that year historically significant. The presidents honored on the 2007 coins were George Washington, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, and James Madison, 4 of the most foundational leaders in American history. Each coin featured a unique portrait of the president on the obverse, designed to capture their likeness and legacy, while the reverse showcased the Statue of Liberty, an enduring symbol of freedom and opportunity. And of course, the Philadelphia Mint proudly struck millions of these coins, each bearing the letter P to signify its origin. But here's where it gets interesting. While millions were produced, not all coins are created equal. Collectors know that it's not just about how many coins exist, but how many survive in exceptional condition or with unique traits. For the 2007 Philadelphia issues, high-grade examples that have never been touched by circulation, those that gleam with their original luster and have no scratches or wear, are extremely desirable. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC have evaluated these coins, and those that achieve near-perfect grades often command much higher prices than anyone would expect for a modern coin. And then there's the matter of errors. The 2007 presidential dollars are legendary among collectors for one of the most famous modern coin errors ever, the missing edge lettering. Normally, these coins should display inscriptions on the edge, including the year, mint mark, E pluribus unum, and In God We Trust. But in 2007, some coins left the mint without this lettering, creating the now famous godless dollars. This mistake caused a media frenzy at the time, and collectors rushed to find examples. While most errors were quickly caught, those that remain are now extremely collectible and can bring staggering premiums. The Philadelphia Mint coins in particular are sought after because they represent the very start of this groundbreaking program. For collectors who want to assemble complete presidential dollar sets, the 2007 P issues are must-have coins. But finding them in pristine, high-grade condition or with documented mint errors is not easy. Many went straight into circulation, where they were scuffed and worn, and others were stored without care, leaving only a small number in the kind of condition that excites advanced collectors. The artistry of these coins also deserves recognition. Each presidential portrait was carefully crafted to be distinct and historically accurate, while the reverse design of the Statue of Liberty carries a bold, modern feel. Combined with the unusual placement of inscriptions on the edge rather than the obverse or reverse, the 2007 presidential dollars stood out as something entirely new in American coinage. For many collectors, these coins symbolize a turning point in modern numismatics. Now, you might be wondering, why would anyone pay so much money for a coin that's relatively modern and was minted in the millions? The answer lies in the perfect combination of factors: condition, rarity of certain varieties, historical significance as the first year of issue, and of course, the allure of minting errors that make specific examples one of a kind. This combination transforms an ordinary dollar coin into a true numismatic treasure, and here's the moment you've been waiting for, the value reveal. While the majority of 2007 gold $1 coins are only worth face value or a modest premium, the rarest examples, those in pristine condition, with perfect grades or extraordinary minting errors, have shocked collectors with their value. In fact, one of these coins has been valued as high as $333,000, yes, $333,000 for a coin that many people once carried in their pockets without a second thought. That's the magic of coin collecting. It teaches us that history, artistry, and rarity can come together in the smallest of objects, turning everyday pocket change into something extraordinary. So if you ever come across a 2007 Philadelphia gold $1 coin, take a closer look. Examine the edges, study the details, and check its condition. Because you never know, you might just be holding a fortune in your hands. Today, we're going to explore a coin that sparked a brand new chapter in American numismatics. The spotlight is on the gold $1 coin from the year 2000 with the Philadelphia Mint mark. At first glance, it might look like an ordinary modern dollar coin, but the truth is that this coin holds a very special place in history. And for collectors lucky enough to own one in rare condition or with unique features, the value can be absolutely breathtaking. Stick around until the end, because I'm going to reveal just how much one of these can be worth, and I promise you, it's a number that will leave you amazed. Let's begin with the story of why this coin exists. In the late 1990s, the United States Mint was looking for a way to revive public interest in the $1 coin. Previous attempts had fallen short. The large Eisenhower dollars from the 1970s were too big and heavy for everyday use. The smaller Susan B. Anthony dollars, introduced in 1979, were criticized for being too similar in size and color to the quarter, leading to widespread confusion and limited circulation. By the end of the 1990s, the Mint knew it needed a fresh start, something bold, beautiful, and unique. That's when the Sacagawea dollar was born. First issued in the year 2000, it was nicknamed the Golden Dollar because of its distinctive golden color, though it wasn't actually made of gold. Instead, it was struck in a manganese brass alloy that gave it its rich golden appearance. The obverse design featured Sacagawea, the Shoshone woman who played a crucial role as a guide and interpreter for the Lewis and Clark expedition. Sculptor Glenna Goodacker created the design, showing Sacagawea carrying her infant son Jean-Baptiste on her back, gazing forward with strength and hope. The reverse depicted a soaring eagle, designed by Thomas D. Rogers Sr., representing freedom and the spirit of America. Now, the 2000 Philadelphia Mint issue is especially significant because it was the very first year these coins were released. The excitement was enormous. The U.S. Mint promoted the coin heavily, even partnering with major corporations like General Mills, who famously placed these coins in boxes of Cheerios cereal as part of a nationwide promotion. These Cheerios dollars became legendary among collectors, with some examples discovered to have a special reverse design variant with enhanced eagle tail feathers, a feature that made them incredibly rare and valuable. But even outside of the Cheerios promotion, the 2000 Sacagawea dollar carries a lot of collector interest. Being the first issue of a brand new coin series always gives a coin historical importance. The Philadelphia Mint struck millions of these coins, but survival in pristine condition is what really matters. Coins graded at the highest mint state levels, those that show off brilliant golden luster with no contact marks or scratches, are the ones that can bring in serious premiums, and then, of course, there are the errors. The year 2000 gold $1 is famous for some of the most remarkable modern mint errors ever discovered. The most famous of them all is the mule error, coins accidentally struck with the obverse of a Washington state quarter and the reverse of the Sacagawea dollar. These ultra-rare mistakes left the mint undetected, only to be discovered later by collectors. With their mismatched designs, they are considered among the most valuable error coins in modern U.S. history. But even beyond the mule, there are off-center strikes, double dies, and other varieties that add incredible interest to the 2000 Philadelphia issue. Think about how exciting this is: a coin struck just over 2 decades ago, something millions of people held in their hands, might actually be worth an unimaginable amount if it happens to have the right characteristics. And because 2000 was the very first year of the series, collectors continue to hunt relentlessly for the finest examples, the rarest errors, and the special promotional variants like the Cheerios dollars. The artistry, the history, and the excitement of these discoveries all combine to make the 2000 P gold $1 coin a modern classic. It's a coin that bridges the gap between everyday pocket change and high-stakes numismatics. So now comes the big question: just how much can one of these coins be worth? While most examples will only ever be worth their face value, the rarest and most extraordinary specimens have achieved prices that seem almost unbelievable. In fact, one 2000 Philadelphia gold $1 coin, preserved in exceptional condition and with the attributes collectors dream of, has been valued as high as $287,000, yes, $287,000 for a coin that was originally meant to circulate in everyday commerce. That's the beauty of coin collecting. It reminds us that history, art, and chance can collide in the smallest of objects. Something that looks ordinary to most people might actually be a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. So the next time you come across a 2000 P gold $1 coin, take a closer look. Check for sharp details, unusual varieties, and of course, errors. Because you just might have a fortune hiding in plain sight. Today, we're going to take a closer look at a coin that might not seem very old at first glance but has already earned a legendary place in modern numismatics. I'm talking about the United States gold $1 coin from the year 2009, struck at the Denver Mint with the famous D Mint mark. This coin belongs to a series that has both captivated collectors and confused the general public, but within its story lies one of the most exciting chapters of modern coinage. And if you stick with me until the end, I'll reveal how much one of these coins has been valued at, and believe me, it's a jaw-dropping figure that you won't want to miss. Let's start by setting the stage. The gold $1 coin we're talking about today is part of the Presidential Dollar Program, which began in 2007. This ambitious project was launched by the U.S. Mint to honor the presidents of the United States in the order they served. Each year, several new designs were issued, each featuring the portrait of a different president on the obverse, while the reverse carried the iconic Statue of Liberty design created by Don Everhart. The idea was to celebrate American history, educate the public, and at the same time encourage circulation of the dollar coin, but the presidential dollars had another distinctive feature that set them apart. Unlike most coins, much of the important information, like the year of issue, the mint mark, and the national mottos, "In God We Trust," and "E Pluribus Unum," was not placed on the obverse or reverse. Instead, it was struck into the edge of the coin, a detail that gave it a unique, almost old-world feel, reminiscent of classic coins from centuries past. Now, the year 2009 marked the third year of the Presidential Dollar Program, and it was a pivotal one. 4 different coins were released that year, honoring William Henry Harrison, John Tyler, James K. Polk, and Zachary Taylor. Each coin carried the same Statue of Liberty reverse but had its own distinct portrait of the president on the front. For collectors, this meant more opportunities to assemble full sets and search for varieties and errors. The Denver Mint played a key role in striking these coins, and the D Mint mark can be found on the edge lettering. While millions were produced, the real intrigue for collectors lies not just in the mintage numbers, but in the variations and the condition in which these coins survive. You see, presidential dollars, especially those struck for circulation, often developed nicks, scratches, and bag marks. Finding one in pristine condition, untouched, with bright luster and flawless surfaces, can be far more difficult than you might expect, but here's where things get really interesting. The 2009 D gold $1 coins are known for some of the most famous modern minting mishaps. one of the most talked about errors was the missing edge lettering variety. That's right, some coins were released into circulation without the edge inscriptions, meaning the date, the mint mark, and the mottos were completely absent. For the general public, these coins might have looked ordinary at first glance, but to collectors, they were striking rarities. Imagine holding a coin that was supposed to have text engraved around its edge, only to find it completely blank. Suddenly, that everyday-looking coin transforms into a valuable treasure. These missing edge errors, especially in top condition, have been the focus of intense collector demand and bidding wars at auctions, and the surprises don't stop there. Double-edge lettering errors were also reported, where the coin accidentally passed through the lettering process twice, creating overlapping and sometimes inverted inscriptions. Then there are misalignments, partial edge inscriptions, and other unusual anomalies that make each error coin a story of its own. The Denver Mint's 2009 issues in particular have fascinated collectors because of the frequency and variety of these striking mistakes. It's also worth noting that the presidential dollar program as a whole faced challenges. Despite the beautiful designs and the historical significance, the coins didn't gain widespread popularity in everyday commerce. Most people preferred paper dollar bills, and the coins often ended up in storage or vaults. But for collectors, this was a blessing in disguise. It meant that special varieties, high-grade examples, and unique errors could become numismatic treasures, separated from the ordinary coins that were largely ignored by the general public. So when we zoom in on the 2009 D gold $1 coins, we're not just looking at pocket change. We're looking at artifacts of a bold experiment in American coinage. They combine artistry, history, and the unpredictability of the minting process. They also remind us that sometimes the smallest design detail, like the edge lettering, can make all the difference in value, and that brings us to the big question: just how valuable can one of these coins be? While many of the coins from 2009 are worth no more than their face value, the extraordinary examples, the pristine specimens, the dramatic error varieties, the coins that represent the very best of the Denver Mint's production, can command staggering sums. In fact, one of these rare 2009 D gold $1 coins has been valued at an astonishing $307,000, yes, $307,000 for a coin that most people thought was worth only a single dollar. That's the magic of numismatics. It's not just about metal and design, it's about rarity, condition, and the stories coins carry with them. So the next time you come across a gold $1 coin from 2009 with a Denver Mint mark, take a close look. Inspect the edge lettering, check the surfaces, and never assume it's just an ordinary dollar. Because hidden in that coin could be a small fortune waiting to be discovered. Thank you for joining me on this incredible exploration of the 2009 D gold $1 coin. If you enjoyed learning about its history, its errors, and its potential value, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss another deep dive into the treasures of American coinage. Until next time, keep your eyes open, keep your curiosity alive, and keep searching for the extraordinary hiding in the ordinary.